everybody, it's Dr. A. Different location today than normal. I'm in New Orleans, and today, instead of talking about the history of Florida or art, we're going to talk a little bit about shipping and the Mississippi. New Orleans people usually talk, when they come here and they do vlogs, they talk about things like hotels and food. Well, I'm not going to do that because that's not my thing. You guys know I'm a history person, and that's what my vlog's about. So I'm going to talk about shipping mainly. The city itself was founded due to its position on the Mississippi, and it was as a portage to ship things through that Bienville first began the city in 1714. It was really the trading company John Law West, stationed in Paris though, who really began showing interest in the city. As you can see, I'm standing in front of a sign right behind me there. I'll turn around, and it's about the steamship. Yeah, and this is about the first steamboat to come through New Orleans, and that was the steamer New Orleans. It really opened up the river for traffic, and it became one of the major factors in the growth of New Orleans as a port. New Orleans had been successful beginning in the early 1800s. By the 1840s, it was the fourth largest port in the United States. So let's walk up to the river. I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right, I'm going to walk up to the top of the levee here, or at least a portion of it. I'm coming up to the part where you can actually see the Mississippi, and then you have to cross the tracks and you're on top of the levee. Like I said, this is not your usual review of New Orleans, and I'm doing a little something different here, but let me walk up. All right, I'm gonna turn and look this way, and there's the cathedral, and that's Jackson Park, the Jackson Square, and there's the image of Andrew Jackson. And then when I turn and look this way, there's Rendog, and I'm gonna walk over here, and you can see from here the river. All right, we're up here on the Mississippi. I'm actually looking across at Algiers. All right, but what happened by 1840, like I said, New Orleans became the fourth busiest port in the United States, and there were some 400 steamboats traveling on it. If you look down this way, you can see one of the steamboats that was running today is tour boats. We're going to be going on one today. But it was really after the American Civil War that New Orleans, had to revolutionize. And that was due to, of course, the war. In the war, the port was held by the Union. So the entire time it was occupied. They underestimated it. They didn't realize the importance of it, because even today, the port has got an amazing amount of traffic. In 1840, the main crops were indigo and cotton. Not so today. Oh, excuse me, not cotton, tobacco here. I always want to say cotton. So let's keep going. As I was saying about the port of New Orleans, it became the fourth most, prosperous port in the city, in the country in the 1840s. But by the early 1900s, New Orleans had really taken a hit, especially after we see the end of the Civil War. And it wouldn't be, by the 1900s, like think of this, it went from the 4th to the 12th busiest port in the United States. It's not going to be until the 50s that we see an infrastructure improvement begin to occur. And 1963, a ship channel that opened up from the Mississippi to the Gulf, which made the port way more accessible. It was quicker to get here. Then we have the 70s where oil refineries built. And then today it is from New Orleans, the bulk export of the stuff that is shipped from here is grain. In fact, it's one of the biggest grain ports for the country in the world. And it also exports raw and processed agricultural products, chemicals, fabricated metals, textiles, tobacco, paperboard, and petroleum products. So it is quite busy. We're going to get on one of these paddle wheelers that you see here. Not the one that's moving, but the other one that's sitting there, and I'll film from there.
French knows he will be defeated, and in total surrender will be forced to give all the French lands in the New World. To prevent the British from getting their hands on Louisiana and New Orleans, and the resulting sugar taxes, tariffs, and profits, the King of France gives them away. He surrendered to the Spanish in 1763. Spain takes control of Louisiana and New Orleans. Only after the transfer.
We're heading back to the Creole Queen. As you can see, it's crappy. But hey, we made it. Don't forget to subscribe. It's Dr. A signing out. I did it even in the rain. Subscribe, tell your friends, pass it on. Peace out.